Good morning, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and today I'm going to show you how I prep little folders to send happy mail. You know, when we have a bunch of little things to send in the mail, they all get bunched up in one corner of the envelope and they make it thick and it gets caught in the machines and it costs more to send it and the whole kit and caboodle. So these are just file folders that I've covered with book pages. In this case, it was a book about quilts, and I did a whole series of ephemera with my own family's old photos, and we're all quilters, so I used this quilting as the background for a bunch of them, and I had a bunch of them left, so I've just left them as little folders. These will fit into an envelope. I have a lot of envelopes from old greeting cards, so it'll fit into one of those. But if I'm going to send a whole bunch of little ephemera, like little things like this, and just little pieces of paper and die cuts and things like that is what I usually send. A little assortment. I'm always cutting out little mini tags and tabs and little pictures and things like that to send in happy mail. So rather than them bunching up and making this too thick to mail, the other thing I sometimes send is whale tail tabs. So I'll throw some of those in there. And I'll show you how I would send these things, basically, is what I want to do today. So these are all things that I have either printed on cardstock and cut out, or printed on paper, attach them to cardstock, and then cut them out. And sometimes they're store-bought things that I'm sending too, but just as an example, I do a lot of this where I'm just using printables, cutting them out, inking them up, and sending them along in happy mail. So I would make a little folder like this. This one happens to already be made, so I thought I would start with it. And then I'll take my paper cutter and cut myself some strips. Now you can use strips of cardstock, strips of scrapbook paper that you don't particularly care for, maybe, would be another thing to use. Strips of vellum lets you see what's in the little tuck spot that you're creating. Today I'm just going to use another file folder, and I'm going to cut myself 1.5 inch strips. I think will be plenty. Actually, I'll do a 1.5, and then I'll do a 1 inch strip, because I do have some pretty small pieces there too. I'm just going to do that again, another 1.5. And another 1. This is a great way for me. I have a lot of file folders, and they get to the point where they're so ratty, they don't look good when you're presenting to a client, when your file folders look like they belonged in the Bridgerton household. It's fine if you're doing junk journaling, but if you're in business, people expect to see something a little bit tidier, like look at that edge. So when they get to looking like that, I craft with them. So let's do a wide band at the very bottom. And I do have rounded corners on here, so I'll round the corners on my strips as well, at least the corner that's going to be on the outside here. I'm going to leave a little space here so it doesn't bind there. And I'll just mark, rather than measure, where I want to cut it. And I'll cut just inside my line. And I'll cut this one the same length. So I'm going to cut a square end off. recycled file folders don't last as long as the old ones used to, I've found. And then, like I said, I'm going to round the corners. It's not very straight, but we're going to go with it. And then you just glue it down on 3 sides. I'm going to use the 3-in-1 so that it holds really well. And a fairly good bead of glue, because this is fairly absorbent cardstock because it is a little fuzzy. Right up to that corner. Put that down in the bottom. That might have looked better if I'd inked it. And when I ink that kind of paper, I usually use my ground espresso. You can see the edge better when it's inked. Like so. And this one is really crooked. I think I'm going to use a different one. Just wasn't in there straight. Because this one's going in the middle, you're going to see all the edges. I'm going to ink all the edges. Just takes a moment. And it's not necessary. I mean, if you're doing this just for your own storage, and that's another thing you can use these folders for, is storing little bits. Maybe you cut up a set of something, and it's a set that you're going to continue to cut up and use over and over. Like maybe postage stamps. You're going to use a printable, and when it's done, you're going to print it again and make more of them. You could make its own little storage folder for them and decorate the front of the folder with those items. And then you've always got a spot, you know where they are. And if you did that for each of the printables that you use all the time, you could be pretty organized. I find quite often I make up little printable things, and then I put them in a bottom of a tray and I forget about them. Been trying to make them and send them in Happy Mail right away so that that doesn't happen. But then you just take your little folder that you've created, and you might have some that are bigger. They can go in the bottom section. And you can still put some in front of them, but you don't want anything that's going to get kind of lost down in there. So you just pick your sizes accordingly, and then littler ones up in the top. And they might all coordinate, or it might just be a random selection like this is. You might be sending, you know, if I was doing all whale tail tabs, I would put some more glue down and keep them separated in the mail. But this will help. This will help a lot to stop the mail from bunching up. And again, I would put the big ones in behind and the little ones in front. And then it just keeps it all flat and keeps your mail from bunching up and getting broken open in the mail. So, I mean, this would be a great little selection to get in Happy Mail, especially for someone who doesn't have a lot of things yet. And then, like, you could even add more journaling cards there. Let me see what else I've got here. A little fussy cut cat could go in there. A butterfly. These are papers were just, I don't know, they were colorful pages out of something. So they can go in behind. And, you know, you just can share a lot of your little bits and pieces and save on postage, save on damage, etc. Doesn't happen a lot to my envelopes, but yesterday I got a message from someone who received Happy Mail from me, and it was completely broken open. So we don't even know, because I don't keep track of what I send to each person unless it's something that I'm showing on my Facebook group. I just send Happy Mail and I don't record what I've sent the person. So she showed me what was in the envelope. I couldn't tell her what was missing. So but anyway, I just thought that you might like that little hint. So you can use scrapbook paper, any kind of cardstock. In this case, I just used old file folders. If you have any kind of old magazine covers, notebook covers, anything that's a little bit firm, that's going to kind of hide the fact that there's little bits in there. And then you can just make yourself some little shallow pockets. You can put another one on the other side, but just one layer is good because it doesn't get too bulky. So I hope that helps you all with your Happy Mail sending and receiving. And then don't forget to tape up the edges of your envelope, especially if it's just a greeting card envelope. They aren't meant to take the weight that we're putting in them. And decorate your envelope a little bit. Use stamps if you can. Add some fun stickers and stuff on the outside as well. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.